Welcome once again to your awesome Learn at Home program. I'm your English teacher for today once again. My name is Teacher Uche Owele. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'll be having a class targeted for those of you who are in primary 5 and 6. Remember, in our previous classes, we talked about adverbs, we talked about adjectives, and many other lessons. In today's class, we want to consider the topic using adjectives and adverbs. Using adjectives and adverbs. This is especially for primary 5 and 6, like I said earlier. So, for today's class, we will have some objectives, and these include, you should be able to define adjective and adverb, of course. You should be able to identify adverbs and adjectives in a sentence or expression. You should be able to form adverbs from adjectives and vice versa. What do I mean? If you can form adverbs from adjectives, you should be able to form adjectives from adverbs. That's what I mean by vice versa. Are you ready? Come along. Adjectives and adverbs. What do they mean? Just like in our previous lesson, we said that an adjective or adjectives are words used to describe and qualify noun or pronoun. They tell us more about the noun or pronoun. Do you get that? Good. So we say adjectives give us more information about what kind, how many, which one, how much. Let's look at this. We all enjoyed a delicious meal. We all enjoyed a delicious meal. What kind of meal? Delicious, of course. So the word delicious describes the noun, which is the meal we had. So what kind, how many, which one, how much. This tells you more about the noun. So anyone that tells you more about the noun is known as what? Adjective. What about adverbs? Well, the adverbs are words used to modify or describe a verb. They tell us more about the action or an adjective or other adverbs in a sentence. Let's look at that sentence we had earlier today. We ate the delicious meal hurriedly. You see? Adjective, we ate a delicious meal. Delicious, adjective. Now we ate the delicious meal hurriedly. Gives you more information about how we ate the meal. So we say adverbs give us more information in what manner, about what manner, how or to what extent, where was it, when was it, and even why. So the other one, what kind, how many. Here we say in what manner, where was it done, what time was it, to what extent. So while adjective describes noun and pronoun, adverbs deals with the action or maybe other adjective as well as even other adverbs in a sentence. So let's proceed. Let's look at adjectives and adverb in a sentence. I'll be considering these sentences for our analysis. How do we find them? Adjectives and adverbs in a sentence. The first one, we all enjoyed a delicious meal. What kind of meal? Delicious. Is this an adverb or an adjective? Of course, it is an adjective. You're very correct. Okay, let's look at these other two sentences on this side. The first one, we enjoyed a delicious meal. Okay, we ate the delicious meal hurriedly. Here we have delicious and we have hurriedly. What do these two talk about? Delicious, type of meal. Hurriedly, manner. And which word describes the manner? Of course, adverbs. Adverb talk about the manner. Mom prepares our meal deliciously. Here we say we ate the delicious meal. Delicious here being an adjective. Okay? But here, Mom prepares our meal deliciously. Deliciously. Stating how. So, deliciously becomes what? An adverb. I don't know if you get that. What this suggests is that adverb can be used in one sentence, and the same word can also be used as an adjective in the same sentence. Did you get that? The first one, we enjoyed a delicious meal. We ate a delicious meal. Mom prepares our meal deliciously. This tells you that the word delicious can be used as an adverb or can be used as an what? Adjective. That is the next focus of our lesson in this session. So come along. Quickly, let's consider forming adverbs from adjectives. So one word that is an adjective, we can form an adverb from it. We can also turn an adverb from adverb and use it as what? Adjectives. I'm sure you will understand that. We say rule number one. Just know that adjectives and adverbs, they are both descriptive words. We call them descriptive words because they help to give more information they describe. Now, several descriptive words can be used as adjectives and they can also be used as what? Adverbs. If you follow these simple rules. Rule number one. Adverbs can be formed from adjectives by simply adding the suffix ly. Simply adding the suffix what? Ly. Let's take some example. The word correct. Correct is what kind of word? Of course, adjective. She gave us a correct answer. The word correct describes the answer. So, we can also use correct as an adverb by simply obeying the first rule that says what? Add the suffix ly. So if we add ly to correct, it becomes what? Correctly as adverbs. Let's take more example. We have brave. He is a brave child. He is a brave child. The word brave is describing the child. So it is an adjective. But if we add ly, it becomes what? Bravely. So we say he stood against the bully very bravely. He bravely stood against the bully, meaning he was not intimidated. Okay, let's look at another word, intelligent. You have several examples. It was an intelligent answer. Intelligent what? Answer. Now, Ola answered intelligently. Ola gave an intelligent answer. In this case, intelligent answer as adjectives, and Ola gave or Allah answered intelligently, here is an adverb. By following what? Simply adding ly. You get it? Good. So that's the first rule. Let's consider another rule here. If the adjective ends with a y, of course we have some adjectives that ends with y. For example, happy, easy, hungry. They are all adjectives in the end in y. So what do? If the adjective ends with a y letter, replace the y with I, the E sound, and add ly to it. So happy as adjective, we'll replace the y here with an I, and then we add ly. So replace the y with an I and add ly. It becomes what? Happily. Do you get it? So happily, happy as an adjective, happily as an adverb. I hope you're getting that. Good. Let's consider the word easy. Easy. He is. The question was an easy question. The word easy as adjective, and if you follow the second rule, change the y to I and add your ly, you have what? What would you get? Of course, you will have easily. So we say easily is an adverb. Okay, finally let's take another example. Hungry. Hungry. Here, hungry. If you change the y, you will have what? Hungrily. So we can say we saw many happy children. We saw many happy children. What kind of children? Happy children. That's an adjective. But we can also use the word happy as an adverb. In this case, we say the children play happily. The children play happily. How are they playing? They play happily. So, if you follow the rule I just told you about, if the adjective ends with a y, what do? You change the y to an I and add your word, ly. Let's look at another rule for simple forming of adverbs from adjective. If the adjective ends with an le, for example, gentle, you simply replace the e with a what? Replace the e with a y. You don't need to add any other thing. So, simple becomes what? Simply. Possible becomes what? Possibly. Gentle becomes what? Gently. Terrible becomes what? Terribly. Oh my God. I'm sure you get that. Very good. So we say Vera is a gentle girl. Vera is a gentle girl. Gentle describing Vera, the girl. And we say Vera cleans the glass gently, telling you how she what? Carries out the what? Action. So here we're describing Vera is a gentle girl, while Vera cleans the glass gently is describing the action of Vera. Okay, so that's the third rule. Let's consider another rule. We say if the adjective ends with ic, that is ick, simply add the word, the suffix ally to it. So let's consider some example. It was a tragic story. What kind of story? A tragic one. And then if you follow the rule, tragic becomes what? You add your ly, ally, you have what? Tragically. It is a magnetic tape. A magnetic tape. As an adjective, then if you follow our rule, you will have what? It happened what? Magnetically. Magnetically. Oh, let's have some basic example. Basic example. Basic as adjective. Here we have it as adjective. But if we follow the rule, we'll have what? Basically here as what? An adverb. Do you get it? Oh, wonderful. So, but there is an exception to this rule. And please pay attention correctly. Though the word public ends with an IC, it does not take this rule. He's a public figure. Public figure, correct. But you can take the rule to add ALLY to public. It's an exception to this rule. So, public does not take ALLY. You simply add what? Your LY. So, it becomes what? Publicly. From public, even though it has I and C at the end, you don't add ALLY. You simply add your word, LY. So he speaks publicly a lot. Okay? So, before, let's take one more rule, which is some adjectives are simply used as adverbs without any need to change their spelling. You don't need to do anything. They are simply the way they are. You use them as adjective. You can also use them as what? Adverb in your sentences. Okay, so let's look at it. Adjective, the word fast. My dad has a fast car. What kind of car? A fast car. He runs fast. You don't need to change the spelling. So fast is used as adjective, and fast is also used as what? Adverb. Hard. This is a hard surface. Times are hard. He spoke in hard voice or hard tone to her. So hard is also used as what? Adverb, and it can also be used as what? Adjective. Let's take one more example. Daily. You have monthly. All these words, yearly. All these words can be used as adjective, and they can also be used as what? Adverbs. Let's take one more example. We have a monthly meeting. What kind of meeting? Monthly. You remember what I talked about adjective? What kind? Monthly meeting. So monthly is used as what? Adjective here. And then we can also use monthly as an adverb by saying what? They meet monthly. If you remember in our last lesson, frequency, adverb of frequency or adverb of time. We say they meet what? Monthly to discuss. They meet monthly. So monthly can be used as an adjective and can also be used as what? An adverb. Do you get that? All right. Okay, so we say they meet monthly to discuss. Let's quickly run through all we've been discussing, having come to this part of our class. What do you think are adjectives or adverbs? We say they are both descriptive words. They give us more information. Adjectives describe or qualify or tell us more about nouns and pronouns. Okay? While adverbs describes or tell us more about the action, which is the verb or adjective or even other adverb in the sentence. Okay? Now we said adverbs can be formed from adjectives, just as adjectives can be formed from what? Adverbs. By simply following simple rules. One of the rules is by adding ly. If you have an adjective, if you add an ly to it, some adjectives, you will get adverb. Some we change the le to what? Ly. Okay? Follow this rule. and you will have more adverbs to use in your conversation or in your writing. Then we also talk about adding the suffix ALLY if it ends with a word. If the adjective ends with an IC. And we say, or simply use it as it is. I gave you the example, fast. Even as an adjective, it remains fast. As an adverb, you can also use it as what? Fast. Is that okay? Before we talk about your assignment, let me quickly remind you that in using adverbs formed from adjectives, you create more words. In using adjectives formed from adverbs, you enrich your vocabulary, meaning you increase your word knowledge. The amount of words you can use becomes more and more, and it is very creative in English to do so. So creatively, when writing, when speaking, you can use adverbs as adjectives, and you can also use adjectives formed from what? Adverbs. Please take note of that and keep practicing to enrich your vocabulary. Okay, so this is my assignment for you. Quickly, what I want you to do is make a list of 10 of your favorite adjectives. I know some of you have very good adjectives favorite to use in your description. Polite, nice, holy, intelligent, educative. Just name 10 of your own favorite adjectives. After listing them, I want you to change them from adjectives to adverbs. You can do that, right? Sure. After doing so, my second task for you will be make good sentences with any 3 of the ones, those are your favorite adjectives, which you have changed to adverbs. Pick any 3, make good sentences with them. 1 as adjective, 2 as adverbs. And I will see you in the next class. I want you to keep practicing, and in case you have inquiry, don't fail to call 080-906-12399. I remain your favorite teacher, Teacher Uche. See you next time.